Hello YouTube. Almost a year ago now, I shot a short film with my significant other when we were in London visiting a friend. I came up with the idea because at the time the AI video generators just kind of started popping up and I didn't really see anyone do anything interesting, in my opinion, with it, except for like people dancing and turning into marble statues and stuff like that. So I wanted to do something a bit more substantial and cinematic, but as usual, I very much underestimated the amount of work and the time it would cost me to finish it, so I haven't finished it until now. So I'm gonna show it first, and then if you want to stick around after, it's like only 3 minutes, I'll tell you a bit more about the process. But for now, enjoy. So if you're still around and you like the video, I would very much appreciate a like and a subscribe if you haven't already yet. I spent a lot of time making this, also money. I will explain later why. You can even thank me here on YouTube with the thank you button. And of course, do leave me a comment to let me know what you think about what I made. I mean, AI is quite a polarizing topic at the moment, so I bet you have something to say about this. So anyway, that was the film, which turned out to be more like a music video really, because I found the music later, but it just totally fit the vibe, so I really molded the edit and the effects around the music. The artists Loyu are actually friends of mine from The Hague also, for those of you who don't know, but Agga, my name, actually is the street name for The Hague, so that's a thing. Anyway, they make amazing music, so Baiba and Andreas, thank you so much for allowing me to use your music. Please go and check them out. I'll post links in the description below, of course. So I actually almost didn't finish this video because it was taking so long, and I thought it would not be relevant anymore at some point because the AI development, it goes so fast. But I actually still haven't seen that many cool AI films yet, especially in the video-to-video transform category. If you do know any, please also let me know in the comments. I'm very interested in seeing them, because a lot of people actually use the prompt-to-video style. Most of the videos I've seen so far are kind of like a voice-over and then very slightly moving images that sometimes very vaguely resemble what the voice is talking about. And to be honest, usually that's kind of boring to me and not very cinematic, actually. It's just like, I mean, just to be clear, I'm not shitting on other AI artists out there or anything. They're trying to start some kind of war here. I just feel I haven't seen any really dynamic looking AI films yet. But again, please do prove me wrong. Let's share what we know, right? But back to this video. I mean, the story of my video isn't that deep, of course, but I hope it's at least kind of clear what you're looking at, because that's with most of the AI videos I see. Everything is changing so much that at some point that it kind of feels like you spend too much time trying to figure out what you're actually looking at, you know? But this entire video was shot on a camera. It's altered live action, mostly by Julia, who took amazing shots, I think. Back then, she was actually not a camera operator, but obviously very talented. And now she does actually work professionally as a content creator, very rightly so. The camera was my DJI Pocket 2, which is really just a vacation video gimbal that really could not see that well in the dark. And we filmed in the city of London at night, and it was really, really dark. As you can probably see, that is why we had to put it on automatic, and sometimes the movements are a bit like ghosty because of the shutter speed dropping. But most of the video was going to be animated anyway, so I just took the chance. And I tried to clean up the live action stuff with Topaz AI. This video is not sponsored by anyone, by the way. But using Topaz to denoise in itself was a lot of work, because I had to really find the sweet spot where the footage is actually nicely denoised without losing the detail and not making it look like AI already, right? Because the whole point of the video was that it would be live action and AI generated. So if the live action would also already look fake, then I would kind of be missing the point. But I think that turned out okay. But it's a lot of testing and it takes a lot of time to render, especially on my MacBook Air M1, which is a decent editing machine, but for stuff like this, yeah, it had a pretty hard time. The transformations I did with KAIBER. So what you do is you upload a video to the site and then you fill in prompts to what you want it to do and how extreme you want the transformation to be. So here again, I did so many tests, and the rendering also takes really long. I mean, it can take like hours. You don't really know. It doesn't have, I mean, you see a percentage, but you don't really, there's not a clock that, you know, so you really have no idea when the render will be done. So I really spent like days and days making the AI versions of this 3-minute video. I made all these kind of different ones, and then in the edit I alternated between them and blended some of them and did masks so that sometimes you can see my face punch through. And I think that's maybe something that a lot of people don't really understand about AI, especially the people very outraged about it all the time. I mean, it's not like robots that we ask to do some stuff for us and then it's just amazing. AI are just tools to create things ourselves. I have used these tools to make this tool to make this animation. The interesting part to me is that the tool sometimes makes decisions that could not be predicted by me, so it can surprise me, right? It gives me more than just exactly what I was aiming for, so that's cool, but sometimes also annoying if it doesn't make exactly what I want and I have to try many times to find the right command to reach my goal. Because I mean, it's still not a person that you can explain to what you want. As a user, it's not always that easy to find the right way to make yourself understood, because you don't really know what the parameters of its understanding are, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm really happy about the result though. I think it's really cool what we made. It did turn out quite like I had hoped it would. Since I started using KAIBER, they went through different versions. The third version right now is actually making more photorealistic images, but those are also kind of disturbing. I am right now rendering a version 3 version of the entire film. If it finishes before I have to post this, I might be able to include that at the end. That shit is really, really disturbing, but also kind of funny. But I'm really glad they kept the version 1 because I actually really wanted to go for a anime kind of look. Otherwise, I couldn't have finished what I was doing. That would have been really shitty. But I do have to warn you about the costs though. So here we get to the money, because you have to buy credits to do the transitions, right? Obviously, as it is with all the AI generators. But I mean, I don't really know a lot about the others because I haven't subscribed to them. But I thought that I could like save up some credits and then like stop the subscription and then, you know, finish it whenever I want, because I read that the credits stay active indefinitely. But the thing is that when you stop the subscription, you can't actually use them. Then they're just like in the fridge. So if you want to use the service for a longer period of time, like I did, like for months, you have to keep an active subscription. So yeah, I mean, I did stop it at some point because I knew I wouldn't be able to work on it for quite a few weeks. But yeah, because of this, I really did spend quite a bit of money on it, more than I wanted to actually. But because, you know, at some point I had already spent a certain amount, so then, you know, I had to finish it, otherwise that would have been for nothing. So, but I don't really like how that went, to be honest. So, and now I have some credits left over, and now it's kind of like, okay, so am I gonna just do some random stuff with it, or am I gonna stop the subscription? You know, I think the process is a bit tedious. I actually, in the beginning, asked them if they would sponsor my idea, but they didn't, so I just had to pay for this. And to be honest, I also didn't particularly like the workflow within the site of KAIBER. Things are kind of unclear to me, like how much something is gonna take, and most of it just takes really long. And then, like after the first render, you have like a low quality version, and then if you want to have that in high res, then you have to upscale it, and that then again takes time. So yeah, it all takes a lot of time and cost money. So personally, I don't think I will be using more of KAIBER in the future, but I am quite interested in what Sora is going to be doing. The stuff that I've seen up until now just looks mind-blowing, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really interested in that. I don't know when exactly it will be releasing. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like the fact that AI exists or that people are working with it, but yeah, it's kind of pointless to hate it because it's here, right? It's not gonna go away. So if you work in the industry, in some kind of creative, in video or in animation or whatever, I think the best thing you could do is just either do something else or get into it, like, you know, learn how to work with it and see how it can maybe enhance your work, or, you know, because we're gonna have to deal with it. So I'm gonna close off with some behind the scenes so you can kind of see how we shot it, like just on go. And as I already said, maybe a very disturbing KAIBER version 3 at the end. But for now, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, everything, etc, etc. See you soon.
Actie. Ik draai al. Wacht even op het stepje. Camera loopt. En actie.
Klaar?
Ja.
Ja.
Chris. En actie. Ja. Maar dan moet je sneller doorlopen. Nog 1 keer. Duurt te lang. En actie. Wat? Door. Nee, dit was te casual. Actie. Iemand roept je. Door. Ja, perfect.